Red light, stop signs, I still see your face. Shut up and sing with Heather. Hi, everyone. This is Heather, your professional voice teacher here at Shut Up and Sing, here to give you some helpful hints and tips to make you the best singer you can be. Today, we are going to be working on a song called Driver's License by a young woman named Olivia Rodrigo. And I thought what we would do today is work on the bridge of this song. I've had a lot of students come in and want to sing it. And if you go on to YouTube for a karaoke version, there's certainly the original key, which is in B flat, but you can also find it in a lower key, and then there's even a lower key. So if this song is too hard for you in this key, just take it down because you just want to be singing in a key that feels comfortable for you. But today we're going to be doing this little tutorial in the original key of B flat, and the high note that we start with in the bridge, we're just looking at the bridge, is where she says red light, stop signs. Okay, so this is where a lot of people run into problems because most of the song is quite low and then suddenly we get into the bridge and it's much higher. So how are we going to accomplish that? So the best thing we can do is really work this in a middle belt or a mixed belt. And the way that I like to get students into it is by actually singing really nasally. Now I know this is super scary for a lot of people because they don't want to be that person that sings nasally all the time. But one of our resonators is our nasal resonator, and it's really, really important that we start to tap into it and get to know it. Without it, everything sounds a little bland. So if I sing this bridge with no resonance at all, it's just going to sound like stop light, stop sign, I still see your face. Sorry, I sang the wrong words. But you get the picture, right? It's just it's not very good. And so we really want to find that resonance in there. Red light, stop signs, I still see your face. That's kind of what we want to achieve, is that nice pointed sound up there that sounds a little belty, but it's not that full chest belt, which is also a little problematic because that can be damaging to the voice if it's not done well. So the mixed belt is always the way to go. So what I encourage you to do is get on this bridge right here, and instead of singing it like a belt, like a full belt, or instead of singing it just in the head voice, try to sing it really nasally. You cannot go too nasally, okay? You have to kind of pull the rubber band way too far in order to get what we want. So it's going to sound like this. Red light, stop signs, I still see your face in the white cars, front yards. Okay? I mean, guys, really go for it, okay? Now, if you don't believe me on this, because I did not make up this technique in Basement Studios here, go listen to all your favorite R&B singers and tell me that we are not hearing a lot of this. Oh, baby, I love you so much, baby. So much nasal resonance. And our musical theater crew, come on now, so much nasal resonance. They're breaking glass with that. So we really need to tap into it, and don't be afraid of that, okay? For all my musical theater people, we all know Glinda in Wicked. She's got so much nasal resonance. Kristen Chenoweth is kind of the ninja of nasal resonance. She can get in it and out of it whenever she wants to. So you need to also not be afraid of it. So if I go at this bridge and I'm going, red light, stop signs, really nasally, then I just want to pull it back just a little bit. Red light, stop signs, I still see your face in the white cars. Okay? So by doing that, we just pull that nasal resonance back just a little bit and we get right where we want to be. Now, what you're really going to need with this is you're going to need to record yourself, because in your own head, it's going to sound like you're still singing super nasally, but you will be amazed that when you record yourself, it won't come out that way. The other thing you need to do is two things. Make sure you keep the back of your mouth nice and open. We still need that space in the back of the mouth. So if you find yourself going for the nasal resonance, but like everything's coming up, that's a problem too. Look, I know it's not easy, but that's why you got to do all this practicing, right? So you got to keep this open and you got to keep the nasal going at the same time, okay? And the other thing is, if anything hurts, something's not going right. So you need to kind of stop what you're doing, regroup, and try again, okay? Make sure the tongue doesn't get too tight on this one. Again, if you're thinking nasal resonance, occasionally I get a student whose tongue starts to lift up in the back, so that needs to stay nice and open. So anytime you're dealing with anything that starts to go into that middle register or that upper middle register and you think, oh, now I'm in trouble because I love this song, but I can't do that one place. You really need to think about doing it a little bit more nasally. The other thing that's difficult about this particular one is it hits right in. Literally right before you're singing a low B flat. You said, home to you. And then you have to jump right in, right? Red light, stop signs. So when you do that, make sure that when you take that breath, you don't take a panicked breath, right? And then you're just all in the wrong place. Singing starts with the inhalation, folks. Singing starts with the inhalation. So when you inhale, it's got to be relaxed. You've got to have that space in the back of the mouth. Make sure that tongue isn't jumping up and that you're already thinking space, okay? Space in the front. Red light, stop signs, I still see your face in the white car's front yards. And then the other thing that's difficult in this is the breathing. And this happens a lot. You have to be taking intentional breaths. So here's the rule for breathing. You can cut things off early, but you can't come in late. Again, you can cut things off early, but you can't come in late. All right. So that means intentional breathing, folks. You say, I still see your face in the white car's front yards. Can't drive. So we can cut, if we need to take a breath after face, that's fine too. We can cut those all off a little bit, take a quick breath, but we have to come back in on time. Breathing can be difficult in songs like this when you have to take those quick breaths, okay? So they have to be intentional. You're not going to just suddenly breathe. If you do, you're going to be so far out of breath, the breath is not going to be good. It's going to be a gasp. And again, you're not going to set yourself up for success for the next entrance. So sometimes it's helpful when you have a situation like this, just to take it back a step and just speak it like I did a moment ago and take those breaths. So in the white car's front yards, can't drive past the play. You see what I'm saying? So you can do that for the whole time. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful to work on that bridge, and you can, of course, apply this to other songs. This has been Heather with Shut Up and Sing. Get out there, sing this song, post it on YouTube, and tag me. Ba-dee-dee-da-dee-doo-da-da-da-do, ba-dee-da-dee-dow. Hey, hey, hey.